first.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, awesome. Awesome first kind of big game in here. I think the crowd was awesome. Obviously, UConn always shows up here, but I thought Indiana, hell of a showing for looking at the crowd before the game. There's a lot of Indiana in New York here, so just awesome atmosphere. On a night where we didn't shoot it particularly well from three, I thought we did the hard things really well to go plus 22 on the backboard. Against a Big Ten team with that front court, and then just the backcourt with these two guys. Just incredible performance by these two guys. A lot of games in college when you got a backcourt like this.
Is this the kind of game?
Questions for the players.
Tristen, is this the kind of game you have to rely on the vets a little bit more because you're still getting incorporating kind of some of the freshmen into the rotation and everything?
Yeah, I mean it's freshmen. We try to make the game easier for them. So I mean any game is we have to step up and do our job. But biggest arena in the nation. You rely on your older guys to go out there and perform well. So we just try to make the game easier for our younger guys so they can come in and perform how we need them to perform. So yes, I feel like we need it to step up big.
Tristan, what did you see from Cam tonight? There was a little spurt in the second half. He hit the three, and then he had a little floater, like 5 points in a row. What has he brought to the team?
I mean, that's Cam. We see that every day in practice. So we need him to have big performance like that to go where we want to go this season. And he just played great today and did all hard things. He played great defense, shared the ball, so he had a big performance.
Tristan, you seem to really come out with a lot of energy, and even when the shots weren't falling at first, you're doing a lot of other things out there. Is that kind of response to what Coach had said, after this is Valley State game, he wanted you guys to be a little more engaged and be a little, show a little more leadership on the floor with the veterans?
Yeah, I mean, like Coach said, this is our first big game, so I feel like, they rely on me to be aggressive and make the right plays on the court. They have the trust in me, and they instill that confidence in me to go out there and perform how I feel like I need to perform. So it's all credit to them, and you guys go out there and perform on the big stage.
Tristan, you drew 10 fouls today. That's something you did a lot last year, too. Can you just speak to that part of your game and just knowing, I know one of them was on that three with the shot clock going down. Just what are you thinking when you're driving to the rim? Are you trying to draw fouls mostly?
No, I'm just going in there to make the right play, and if they foul, you just hear the whistle. So you go in there to score, and you get the whistle, just focus on making a layup, or if you hear the whistle, just throw the ball up at some point. But no, I'm just going in there to make the right play and get a lot of contact. So just go in there strong.
Tristan, Dan talked about it meeting day how the Marquette game here in March, the late act is a little bit. Come out here and play the way you did in front of fans here in this building. How much did that motivate you?
The Marquette game, not much. It was last year. I mean, we did what we wanted to do last year. So right now we're not thinking of Marquette. We're just thinking of Indiana this game. So yeah, not at all.
I still think players are different than coaches, I guess.
Cam, what was this environment like for you, big stage at the Garden? And when you transferred here, is this kind of what you imagined, had in mind, is playing games like this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is, the best arena in the world, so being able to play here and have the fans come out like they did is great. But these are the games that you live for, so I just wanted to leave it all out there on the floor.
Anything else for the players? You good? Yeah, gentlemen. All right, questions for Coach?
Your defense, holding them to 57 points. What was it you felt worked well for you guys? And when you look at them, what are things you look at and say, we can take that away?
Yeah, just paint for them. The 3-point line is not something at this point for them that's a strength. The strength is their 4s and 5s, and it's Johnson and Galloway cutting, slashing. We didn't do a good enough job on Malik. Malik's a hell of a player, man. That guy's going to be just a killer. The double teams didn't get there. Like, we came into this wanting to trap him and wanting to just dig off of Ware, because Donovan could handle that one, one-on-one for the most part. And Ware's only 2 field goals in the game were threes. But really, it was just about taking away the paint and getting in gaps, which is not necessarily what we do. But for this game, it made sense.
The latest Donovan and Sampson playing together question, but obviously you did that tonight, and not a whole lot, but was their size obviously seemed to be a contributing factor to that, I guess, and what do you think about them together?
Yeah, I think it's a work in progress. It's something that, you know, that we have, especially being down Steph, being down a quality player. You're just really trying to get your 5 best players on the court, as long as it just cripple your spacing and skill. So in short stretches, I think it's something for us, but I don't think it's something we're going to be able to do for extended periods.
How comforting is, as a coach, to have guys like Tristen and Cam, older guys, Alex and Donovan, you can rely on? You kind of know what you're going to get from them.
Yeah, I mean, going into the first big game of the year, we lost a lot from last year's team. So, I think you never really know, even coming in here today, you get in front of a crowd like that, and it's the first time that this team is taking the court with some electricity in the building. And teams are like kind of their own entity every single year, especially when you lost what we lost. So I was really impressed with how we separated today, and again, starting. I thought Solo was great. I thought Solo settled in the second half and played really, really well. That was encouraging. But I was impressed by what the boys did.
Coach, the game is about runs. First half, they kind of constrict the paint, kind of slow you guys down. Second half, you push the pace a little bit. Do you think that was a big difference of the whole kid?
Yeah, I just think the first 10, 12 minutes, credit them. They got great length, and they make it hard on you, especially to try to get rim twos. We took more middies than we want to take. That's because they're 4 and 5, so good. I just think the first 10 to 12 minutes too. You jump into this building and your adrenaline's going, and there was a rock fight. And I thought, like, for minutes, from like the 8-9 minute mark of the first half through to like 5 minutes to go in the game, when Donovan, when Alex and Cam came out with 4 fouls, I thought we were sharpening up offensively. 19 assists on 25 field goals, and we missed some great threes.
Yeah, and the rebounds were something we're happy with earlier this week. Can you speak to just what was different tonight and how much of a focus that was going into?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Calhoun, 2-on-2 rebounding. Shout out to Go. His old 2-on-2 rebounding drill. You keep those guys in there until they get 2 in a row, and there's some embarrassing free throw rebounding versus Mississippi Valley State. It's part of our formula, our identity. Elite defense, elite offense, and win the backboard. If you do those things, you're going to win a lot.
And Tristen, I think he might have missed his first 4 or 5 shots, but he was doing a lot of other things, and he really seemed to come out engaged today. You happy with his all-around game tonight?
Yeah, he was great. I thought he was great. What's not much not to like. Just he. It's a guy that played his. He was the best player in the national championship game in front of 75,000 people with all the money on the table. So coming into MSG in an atmosphere like this for him is it's exciting, but he's an accomplished player.
Yeah, I don't know if you talked about
1, 2, 3. Go.
Cam when I was out there, but he scored 43 in the last 2 games. And what have you seen from Cam? What does he bring to your program?
Yeah, I mean, what you've seen the last 2 games is what we've seen. Just to speak to his level, just the level of game he played, to do like 18 on 8 shots, with some of the defense, and he makes our offense so much better with cutting and moving and some timely field goals. I think that 3 in front of the bench just kind of ended that one pretty early. So. That's a heck of a backcourt right there.
Did you expect this from him? Has he kind of exceeded your expectations?
He's what we absolutely need him to be, and we've got a great backcourt.
In the back, please.
Dan, Alex in the first half had a really big stretch that gave you guys some separation away from the locker room. How critical was that?
That was big, because Donovan, our inside game, listen, Ware in that front court, that was like kind of nullified each other. Solo is trying to find his way around out there. You know, a freshman starting in that spot right there, second career start. I loved his second half, but yeah, I mean, that's what we expect from Alex. And you know, I'm excited for Alex's game tomorrow because he had, you know, he had 13, but he's probably got, you know, he probably should have had 19. I know he's kicking himself. He had a couple clean looks that I know he's, you know, he's used to making.
Last question right here.
Dan, you talked about Tristen coming back and how he would have every opportunity to be the next great UConn guard. Well, on his way today, 23-11-6. What have you seen from him this season that suggests that he's picked up where he left off from this year?
Yeah, I mean that performance right there. You know, I think you know, we played the first 3 games that we played, and you know, people I guess you know, wanted to see what we looked like when we played a real opponent. And you know, I don't know, isn't he on like the Wooden some watch list? He's on, yeah. I mean, he's on a Wooden watch list. Obviously, he didn't get, you know, all Big East preseason, but I mean, there's a lot of great players in the Big East, and you know, and you know, we don't win a lot of popularity contests at UConn, so but he's a great player.